Hey, what's going on, people? You're here with J.Good of Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm here with Damo. Just calling in, just have a few moments of his time, man. I do appreciate him calling in. Just say what's up to everybody, man.
What's up, Damo? Philly, how y'all doing?
Cool, man. It's funny you said Philly. I just was on the phone with another artist from Philly earlier today. I'm not sure if you heard of him. His name is Feast.
Nah, I haven't heard of him.
Okay.
There's some artists in Philly, but I haven't heard of him, though.
Okay, cool, man. But Philly, so you say you from Philly. Just tell me about the Philly scene, man. Like of course, right now with Meek Mill, he's doing this thing, so everybody kind of know about him. But I'm not from Philly. I'm from Atlanta, so just like what exactly does that Philly scene look for as far as music?
Right now, the Philly scene, it's a very wide variety of music. Like from before, man, like a lot of Philly music was, a lot of rap was like hardcore, and a lot of R&B was always like neo soul. Like R&B was always like people from other like places. They kind of really acknowledge Philly for the R&B, the Joe Scott, the Vivian Green's music, but our rap was always like, hardcore, kill 'em, shoot 'em up. But it's a lot of talent that's coming out of Philly right now that just expresses another side. Like, you grew up in the same Philly, the same hardcore Philly, but not everybody chose the same route. So it's a couple guys that's really represent, like, just like for Meek Mill. For Meek Mills, it's a guy right now that's buzzing right now. His name Chill Moody. So he pretty much where Meek was about 5 years ago. And so he'll be in that same spot, but he's the complete different. He's completely different from Meek, just like how 50 and Kanye came out like shortly after, and they both popped off, but it was completely different. So Philly is looking real good for Philly right now.
That's cool, man. I mean, the fact that you said there's different varieties of music, like as far as your music go, do you have that influence? You know what I mean? Like, as far as having those, like, the neo soul to the go-go type feel, to the pop, to hardcore rap, it's kind of like, do you try to influence all of that and put it in your music?
Yeah, the biggest thing about my music is, as far as the effort, is to not try. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like don't put time into the craft, but I don't think that much about where I want to go. I make music that I feel at the time, the music that I want to remain true. I think when people don't remain true, that's how they lose it. But I want to remain true, and I just want to make the music I feel. But if I was to, put my music, in a nutshell, I would say it was a real music from, just a real person. And it's like when the mixtape come out, you'll see it's a lot of like soundscapes of the environment that I was raised up in and brought up in, and it's less just me like lyrically just rapping. It's more description of the neighborhood that I grew up in and just things like that. So yeah, I would say it's a mixture of everything. It's a mixture of the neo soul. It's a mixture of the hardcore gangster rap. It's a mixture of pop as far as like the way things should sound. Now the album not pop at all. There's no sing. It's none of that. But just the way things should sound and just knowing how music should sonically be. Like you're never gonna hear a beat and the raps don't sound right to that beat. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I mean, and I really appreciate that, man. I'm a hip hop head, and just listening to you and the way you describe your music and putting that feeling and emotion, that's what's really missing in a lot of music today. Is you have people doing what they think other people want to hear instead of telling their story. And with music, I want to like, if we just met, on the phone right now, first conversation that we had, but after listening to your music, I want to feel like I know something about you. And I get that.
Yeah.
I was listening to the joint you dropped earlier, the Criterion Collection. Just listening to some of the the freestyles that you use, and really I was more taken back by the instrumentals that you chose for that project. Like the Who Dat freestyle is crazy, like just the story that you're telling in that. And then I was listening to the Ground Zero, and it's like, I'm listening to that music, and I remember a time when Dipset was on top, and that was something. I was in college at the time, like maybe like 02, 03, 04, around that time, and it was like everything they dropped. You know what I mean? And so when I'm listening to your music, and I heard that instrumental, it took me back to that time. You know, and I can just start to relate with things that were going on with me during that time. But like for you, what made you choose some of the instrumentals that you did pick for the Criterion Collection?
Well, when I was writing the Criterion Collection, I had a lot of time on my hands. Navy time, you know. I was in the Navy at the time. I was writing a Criterion Collection. A friend of mine, he gave me some beats, a beat tape. And I got another mixtape called The Proof. And on The Proof, I rapped over a lot of, like, really older beats, like some old Primo beats and everything. So, But when he gave me Criterion Collection, I wanted to bring it. I wanted to do, like, a past, present, future type vibe with, like, 3 mixtapes, with a mixtape series. So I wanted to bring the Criterion Collection closer to now.
Okay.
But the Dipset beat, it just stood out, man. Just from all the Dipset, like you said, Dipset was on top for a long time, man. You know, that's like, rapping over people beats like that, it's like an honor to me because they had a reign, they had a run, you know. So I always challenge myself to always get on like a beat like that, and then that's when J. Cole was just starting to pop. So and that track was crazy to me. Like I feel like it was crazy, and just the fact that he released it as a single, and I wanted to give that song some respect in that beat because he killed it in my opinion.
He did.
So
he did.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to come on, you know, and kill it, too. So that's, like, my inspiration. Then I got something on the Maybach music beat, the Maybach music beat. And I don't know if you heard that, but the big thing about the Maybach music beat, I did it next time if you get a chance. If you didn't hear it, check it out.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to put a story behind the Maybach hook because a lot of, like, they just rap about having Maybachs, and even in the raps, they not really talking about the actual Maybach or having it. So I just wanted a story just about a kid who grew up and he wanted things like that. And if he keep going, he'll have it. So a lot of that is just me trying to put my own spin on some old classics.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. And you know, I haven't heard that one, and I do need to check it out. And also, I can put that up with the phone interview to let people take a listen to that. Now, you said earlier about your mixtape that you have coming out. It's called Save Yourself. And, I mean, the title itself says a lot, you know, and I can take what I can from it. And really, it's one of those titles where some people may think it's self-explanatory, but me personally, I just look at it and think like, man, anybody can take something from it. Like, so what's your goal as far as that project and, you know, what time we're looking for it to come out and things like that?
It's a summer project. It's coming out in the summertime, so it'll be here around about June.
Okay.
Around about June, July. I don't want to put a hard date on it, but yeah, it's looking like June, July.
All right. And what's the idea behind the project?
Oh, it's I'm not gonna say how many tracks yet, but it'll be my first actual project that I'm helming, a mixtape, since I dropped a project called The Proof, and it'll be my first mixtape using all original beats. Like, it'll be the first time I used all original beats. Okay. It was something that had been in the works for about 5 years now. Now, the motivation behind the title is years ago, man, I dropped a mixtape called The Revolution, and at that time, I really, like, it is what it was. Like, I was really trying to, like, thought I could change the world, like, with the lyrics, and thought I could just be the savior for everything. You know, things ain't work out that way. I wound up going to the Navy and some other stuff happened. So, you know, just with the way time is, you know, the way things are, I feel like I should just title this one Save Yourself. I can't do the revolution again. I can't be that same guy again. I changed. But it's a song. I give up the name for one song. It's the last song on the CD. It's called Save Yourself. And I actually, the last line, I actually, like, really just bring it all to a head. It's all to a whole when you get to the last line of the CD. And if you get through the CD, it's meant for that last line to be powerful. So, you know, I can't really explain too much about the whole Save Yourself thing yet, but that's what it is, though.
No, I mean, I got a good idea just off of what you're saying. I mean, and, you know, I think, like with me, my background is in production. Like I started off doing production in hip hop and you know some R&B production. And one of the ideas that I had that I wanted to do with my music is make sure that no matter what I do and who I work with, that I put my energy into that artist, so that artist can put his energy, he or she energy out to the people. And you know, you feel like that everybody can play a part in doing something. And, you know, but at the end of the day, that person has to listen to what you're saying and take it in and essentially save themselves. You know what I mean? Like, they have to kind of make their own conscious decision that, okay, I like what's going on here, but I need to use it to my best benefit, you know? So it's really dope title that you have going on there, man, and really can't wait till you have that out. Once again, it's J.Good of Str8OutDaDen.com, Str8OutDaDen.com. I'm here with Damo, and we've been talking for a minute now about, you know, some upcoming projects, and just like, you know, for the people that don't know you, what was your start? Like, how did you get your start in music?
Music started with a DMX CD. And it's crazy because right now, like the generation we in, the age that I am, and the age of like a lot of people that's out, they all say that. Like a lot of people said that. And I hate, you know, not being out, not being like on that mainstream where people can know that's, you know, that was my story too, you know, but it started with DMX first CD. That was my first inspiration into making music. Okay. You know, and my background for music is music. Like, man, like it started with DMX CD, then it went to some Eminem CDs, you know. I just did a lot of studying, man, and so my start was pretty much, I started out, I was just writing lyrics. I couldn't rap the beats. And the first beat I ever rapped to was the Joe Budden, the Pump It Up beat. That was the first beat I ever wrote rhymes to. I kind of structured the rhymes the same way Joe Budden structured his rhymes.
Okay.
So it could fit the beat. That was in like '03, and but I had been rapping already since I was about 9 years old, and it was just all about studying. And then it got to a point where my aunt, man, I love her to death, man. She told me, she was like, you can't just know rap. If you want to be a rapper, you can't just know rap. You won't understand sound. So then, you know, music just became a love of mine, period. Every genre. So now I kind of understand sound, so I understand the way that the rap should be or should sound. So, you know, no matter what platform I'm on, it will always sound the way it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, that's dope, man, that you say your aunt was a major influence, because sometimes, you know, you need that extra push and you need somebody to tell you something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of, with rap, you're limiting yourself. But if you learn other things, it's kind of like, you know, because music, at the end of the day, music is music. You just happen to rap. You know what I mean? But it's still a form of music, and it can touch so many people. And being influenced by different types of music can really, you know, make your audience larger than life. You know what I mean? So that's good to hear, man. It's good to hear that you have those influences. I know we only have you for a couple of minutes. So before we wrap up, you know, where can people get in contact with you and also hear your music?
You can go SoundCloud, Damo writes dope rhymes, spelled out the exact way that it is. Damo, D-A-M-O, writes dope rhymes. That's SoundCloud. I'm on Twitter, Damo Generation. I'm on Instagram, Damo Generation, Facebook, Save Yourself, Damo. Music by Damo at Tumblr. You go on Tumblr, it's Music by Damo. You can check that out. I love the Tumblr thing, so check that out. It's, you know, and besides that, man, YouTube, biggest Damo fan. That's my YouTube page. And just as this year progresses, it's going to be a lot more places you could go to. Str8OutDaDen. Yeah. I'm on Str8OutDaDen a couple times, so that's always love right there.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. It's just, you know, I ran across your music, got it in my email, And you know, like we were saying earlier before we got on the air, it's just, you know, you listen to music, and I get plenty of music in daily. And you know, you listen to it, and honestly, I only can put up about 15 to 20% of it. And you know, when you hear that sound that makes you want to give that person a phone call and say like, hey, we need to, you know, get on the phone and either work or let other people know about you, and I got to put this music up. It kind of speaks for itself, you know. And it's I like to call it move music, because when you hear it, you have no choice but to move some type of way. Either you're gonna move, dancing, literally move, or it's gonna move you to want to do something else. You know what I mean? And you definitely have that going, man. So I do appreciate you taking the time out just to get on the phone for a couple of minutes, man. It's really appreciated. I want to let you know that.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate this, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the recognition just of the effort that, you know, we put in, man. Like that's another thing, like, I really would like to say, like, a lot of artists, man, they put a lot of work into the art, man, and the skill. Like I said, from age 9, I've been putting work in. Like, it's like exercising, man. You build up the skill level. It don't just come. And for people to recognize, and, you know, it's a blessing, man. And it feels very good for people to recognize and then to express the fact that they noticed it, you know. Yeah. A lot of people could just hear it, but you never know. So to hear responses and just to, you know people like your music, or know people, you know, was moved by it, it's always a good feeling. So I definitely appreciate this, man. And I appreciate, you know, everything that y'all do to continue to let people hear up and coming artists, you know, alternative artists, and just everything y'all doing, man. I really appreciate that.
Oh, it's no problem, man. No problem. So once again, it's J.Good at Str8OutDaDen.com. That's STR, the number 8, OUTDADEN.com. And I'm on the line with Damo, and you can go ahead and give your Twitter handle again.
Yeah, Damo is Twitter at Damo Generation. Follow me.
Definitely, man. Hey, it was good talking to you, man. Hope to talk to you soon.
Okay.
Peace.